everyone, my name is Alia Zaro. I graduated from Concord University with a double major in psychology and sociology back in 2005. I actually went straight into grad school at Radford University in Radford, Virginia, and started off in the clinical psychology program. However, halfway through, I switched to counseling psychology because I quickly realized that I did not really want to go on and get my doctorate degree at that point in time, and I was more interested in kind of getting out in the field and actually doing counseling. And counseling psychology program actually was the only route at that point in time at that school to pursue my licensure, in which I became licensed as a LPC, which is licensed practitioner counselor, in the state of Virginia in 2011. One of the things that I started doing afterwards was kind of dabbling and working in the schools, which is actually what I've eventually came back to doing. I realized that I love working with the younger population and working in the school system besides this whole pandemic. This is my current telehealth counseling office, my bedroom. But while I was working in the schools, I realized that I really enjoyed that population. I enjoyed the ages. I worked at numerous different schools as a counselor, which I currently work as a school-based clinician through the local community service agency, New River Valley Community Services, and ended up staying in the Radford/Blacksburg area. So I'm not too far from Concord. About 5 years ago, I kind of switched gears and actually used my experiences working with the TRIO programs at Concord University. So I had worked with Upward Bound and Student Support Services back when I was a student. And one of the things that we do with those programs is work with low-income first-generation students and kind of help motivate them to pursue higher education. And so I ended up working at Virginia Tech and at Radford University in two different TRIO programs. So that really kind of helped me. I ended up switching back to the counseling field. Those positions that I was in were grant-based, so they come and go. And it was a challenging time for some of those grants. So we ended up losing one of the grants, which put me back into being able to fall back on my degree as a counselor. And I'm currently working at a school right down the road from me, which is perfect for my situation. One of the things that I wish I knew back when I was applying to grad school, so I really wish I kind of knew this maybe as a sophomore or junior before I even started thinking about applying to grad school, was that look at all the different fields. Like, don't limit yourself to only a field in sociology or a field in psychology, depending on what your degree is in. There are tons of fields out there that you would qualify to apply to grad school in. For example, like requiring a basic human services field. One of the things I kind of wish I looked into was social work and getting my license as a social worker. The degree is faster and less credits and actually easier to get your license in. So I kind of wish I looked at that route as well. Another area that I kind of have become interested in later, but didn't really know about back when I was in college, was looking at like things like speech therapy or looking at occupational therapy, things that are kind of within the helping service field, but not necessarily psychology or sociology based. Those are things that I kind of wish I knew back in the day. Another piece of advice I have is utilize your connections that you make at undergrad at Concord University, because I've stayed in touch with some of my professors, and I ended up, being able to connect with some of them to actually babysit Dr. Luff's child when I was during my first year of grad school. So those are kind of things that are important to know. And working at Concord University in the TRIO programs really helped me get those positions later on. So utilize those resources and connections that you make there, if at all possible. Another thing that I've kind of used both my psychology and sociology degrees for is I'm a current foster care mother. So I have 2 little boys now in foster care, and having that kind of background and understanding really helped me pursue that path of becoming a foster parent. All right, guys, I wish you guys luck in all your pursuits in the future. And if you guys ever need anything from me, Dr. Luff has my contact information. I'd be willing to talk to you personally, or give you any advice or help connect you to any of the kind of jobs out in the New River Valley area in Virginia if you ever end up here. Thanks. Bye.